to us. So it is a wonderful treat tonight to have America's favorite couple. And they are going to tell you how they began and started this marketplace ministry. So however y'all want to chime in, because y'all know we're going to just roll like we here together and clapping hands. So I just want to ask you all first, how did your marketplace ministry begin so that everybody can understand what it is that you're doing to empower couples?
You know what? Sometimes you hear that.
Wait. First of all, we would like to thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Y'all are so welcome.
Yeah. So you know what? Sometimes things happen in life, and we think it's for the bad, but we know with God all things work for the good of those who love Him and who are called according to His purpose. So in 2014, I was laid off from my job. And I was having a pity party, and I remember like on the third day, a friend called me, and she asked me what I was up to, and I told her I lost my job. And she was like, oh, she's like, amazing, what a great opportunity. And I'm thinking she got the wrong, she heard me wrong. But she knew my passion and what I was called to do. And she was like, this is the perfect time for you to start your business. So that's how Marriage Built to Last was birthed. It was birthed out of pain. It was birthed out of purpose. It was birthed out of destiny.
And you know what? It's great that you said that, because it was two things I like you say, because I always like to say that all things works for God good, you know. But the thing is, we like to say some things, but it's that concept of those all things working the well. And it was a blessing that you had a friend that didn't get into a pity party with you. Because we have those people in our circle that stay in a pity party with us. They'll actually complain. They'll actually drag us down. We can actually stay there and be like, oh, it's so horrible. Oh, it's so miserable. And she will be like, oh, child, you should just be so upset. They'll cry with you. Instead of that, she said, oh, great. And you was like, now, I know she called the wrong person and didn't hear what I said. But the thing is, her enthusiasm actually probably turned the switch on for you and said, oh, okay, let me get out of this funk right here. And that's the thing, as couples, we have to be very, very sure that we have people around us that don't let us stay in a pity party. And that is what I love about you all as a couple, because of us being connected, it keeps us from being in that pity party, because we can see that you all are not in a pity party, and it's a strengthening through other people. And I can see, James, you are itching to tell me something.
Because when she told her amazing, I wasn't feeling that at first. Wait a minute. What are you going to do? What are we going to do? But you know, like she said, like my wife said, God had a plan. And I didn't think I was called to do this. But you know, when you get married in God's eyes, two become one. And we were one flesh, you know, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. So when she started Marriage Built to Last, I was going to be involved no matter what. Because we are one. And since it was a marriage business and we are married, I jumped in wholeheartedly, because we actually got confirmation from a lot of people from our business.
And you know what? That is great, because it's funny that you said that, because I mean that was probably a similar response to my husband, who likes to sit on the other side of the wall when we come here to the station. I know he hear me talking to him. He always say, "Oh, that's your stuff now." But you know what? Y'all know I drag him along and get him to talk about it anyway. But the thing is, it's amazing how what becomes your business ends up becoming a we business, because it's the connection and reflection of you all as a couple. And that's the thing, that Marriage Built to Last is the reflection of you all as a couple. So to say that, what is that image? What is that reflection? And I know I read the 40-day journey that you all had written on your process to get married, so that it helps other people go through that journey and prepare them for that marriage. It's kind of like that fast before the marriage, getting into the Word and having that workbook to go through it. So that was one of the things that actually blessed me last year. When you all blessed me with the book and the workbook, I was able to go through that 40-day journey. So I want you all to talk about how, as a couple, Marriage Built to Last actually reflects you all as a couple?
You know, it reflects us in many ways. And again, it goes back to, like you said, the 40-day journey. We knew that we wanted a marriage that was built on a really strong foundation, a firm foundation. And we know that that foundation is only the Word of God. And so we got that book, 40-day journey, was written based on us going through the Bible and pulling out every scripture we can find on marriage, love, the husband, relationship, wife, husband. And we read those scriptures and we prayed over those scriptures and we discussed those scriptures and we did a 40-day fast. And we took God's word in order to build our relationship so that we would not do marriage the way the world has been dictating marriage for many, many, many years. And we did the research to make sure that, and to seek God to make sure that He showed us how He really intended marriage to be and help us build a foundation that the walls could not be broken, the foundation could not be broken. And I can honestly say we hung in there with it, and it has made our marriage stronger than we ever thought it could be. And that's no joke.
I agree to that because if you have that strong foundation, you know, even when the world considers big things happen, it doesn't tear you apart. I mean, it hurts, it brings about pain, but it doesn't bring about the same disharmony because you have that good foundation.
Right.
All right.
And so God gave me that word, built to last.
Yeah.
That built to last. I remember when He gave it to me, and I'm thinking, built to last. I didn't even know at the time when He gave it to me how we were going to use it in the message that we would send out. You know what I mean? But He was telling me that He has given James and I a marriage that is built to last for all eternity while we're here on this earth, and that there's nothing or no one that can tear that apart.
Right, and when we go out and talk about it, we tell people, like our slogan is, if you build it, it will last. And we're talking about building it on the Word of God, having that strong foundation. Like when you build a house, you don't want to build it on sinking sand. You don't want cracks in the foundation. You want to build a home that's sturdy, that's strong. And when you build it on the Word of God, that's how it is. But see, I got on board because what we went through, let me be transparent. This is our second marriage, but we don't like to say our second marriage. We like to say our final marriage.
All right.
We don't want what happened in our first marriage to happen in this marriage. That's why we did things God's way this time around.
And you know what? I think a lot of times when people say God's way, they say, well, I went to the church, I said I do before we moved in with each other, you know, I followed those simple little steps, but they forget there's a preparation before that process, that everybody is a consecration, it's a joining before you say I do that takes place. And I like the fact that you knew that something was broken from the first time and you wanted to fix it, whether it was yourself, whether it was your relationship with God. Those are things that you needed to come in line with before you became one. And that's what a lot of people need to hear. I need to work on me. I need to work on my relationship with God before I actually bring somebody else and connect into this process, because a lot of times we bring a lot of unhealthy us into a relationship and then we wonder why it's dysfunctional, or we have a dysfunction with our relationship with God and then we bring those same dysfunctions in there. So that's what I like, being able, like you say, being transparent, being able to see where those hiccups or those breakdowns were in the road, and you all already started that preparing so you wouldn't go down that same road again. And that is absolutely marvelous. Now, but I know I want y'all to talk about not just the book, because I know you told me about the 40-day fast, but I wanted you to talk about, because I don't know if this is your second annual or your third annual, the Couples Fest that's coming up, and what gave you the idea to birth the Couples Fest?
You know, James and I have been to quite a few marriage events, conferences, workshops, in the church, outside the church. We've been in huge ones that filled Verizon Stadium. I think it was like 1,500 couples. So we've been to the marriage events, and they've been good. But God gave us a vision for Couples Fest, where couples get to come out to a couples event, but it's a fun event. You're not just sitting entertainment. You get to have table topic discussions. You're even going to get to have a little fun, laughing, dancing, exercising. It is truly a festival in the sense of, in the Bible, I tell people all the time, they celebrated all kinds of things in the Bible.
And we need to learn how to celebrate marriage. Yes.
Have fun doing it.
Yeah.
So Couples Fest is a celebration of marriage. We don't want people to think you're coming to Couples Fest to learn how not to fight and fuss and beat each other up and tear each other down. We're going to talk about some of that stuff too, but we're going to have fun while we're doing it.
Right. We like to call it an experience. So when you look at the word experience used as a verb is having an encounter. And we want the couple to actually have an encounter with each other and an encounter in their relationship, in their marriage. Because, see, we know a lot of couples, they have expectations, but they don't like to talk about them. We like to bring them up. We like them to discuss them so they can have that encounter, so they can bring to the forefront, their relationship, so they can better their relationship. Because, see, a lot of people don't talk about those expectations, and a lot of people put rules on their relationship, on their marriages. And God said you can't have rules and have love too. They don't go together. Because when you have rules in a relationship, okay, I'm not going to do this unless you do this. And all that does is hurt your relationship. So when you have that true love, that love of God and love of each other, there's no rules. And that's what we try to get across. Just have that relationship with no rules and nurture that relationship and cultivate that relationship. Because when you see, say, like a flower or a tree, man, that's beautiful, but it didn't always start that way.
Yes.
It started as a seed, but you have to nurture that seed, water that seed, and cultivate that. Like I always say, that what you water will grow. And if you pour into your relationship, and what you pour into it is what you get out of it. And if you pour into your marriage, come on, it will grow and it will flourish. And that's what we want to get to the couple and have a good time at it. Just trust the process. Can it be trials and tribulations come up? Sure it can. But you have to work through them. God has a plan for marriages. When you get married in God's eyes. And he has a destiny for your marriage. It's destined. He already knew it began before you were formed in your mother's womb, so to speak. So if he knew that and he knew you two would come together, he already planned for your marriage. So all he's doing is having history repeat itself.
Yeah, because he's planning for the mistakes that you're going to make. He's already made provision for those. I like that you use the flower because over the holidays I had, and y'all can't believe, I had tulips in the winter. I had me some pretty tulips in the winter. I had some red and some purple tulips. And the thing was, when it got warm in the house again, it's kind of like, you talk about a flower, it starts to close up. It starts to go the direction of the light. And so those are the things in our relationship we have to think about. The temperature that we keep, and are we shining light to keep the blossoms open? So all of those things, that tending that you're talking about has to be consistently going on in your relationship. And I'm looking forward to fun at the festival because I think people do when they hear the word workshop. They be like, oh, we going to get something to work on in our relationship. And the mindset that means it's something wrong because that's why we going to work on it. But see, when you think of it going to a festival, we're going to celebrate the good. We're going to have a good time. And so that's what we want everybody to think about, that you're going to have a good time. So if you think about you coming to have a good time, you like that, don't you, Sydney? But the thing about it is, you have that entertainment, but it's the education that comes with it. A lot of people do have to do that hands-on, that fun stuff, so they can remember it. So when they go back home, they can say, hey, I remember playing that little game, and it's in their mind. Yes, and it helps you remember it versus just sitting there taking notes and be like, okay, they talking about me again. I'll write this down. I'll fold it up, put it in another folder, or we got to go back home over it and do all these lessons to work it out together, which there are times that is needed when you need that one-on-one, because both of us know it as coaches. That is a process of life. You have to do that work. You have to do the worksheets. You have to go through the actual lessons. But it's a good time to have a festival to be able to say, hey, we're going to celebrate the good things that are going on, and we're going to address some of the things that might happen before they happen right here at the beginning of the year. So you can unwrap and not become complacent and stuck in your relationship and say, hey, let me see what's going on at this couples festival and join up and actually participate so I can strengthen the marriage. Now, is everybody required to be present? Are y'all going to live stream it? How is it going to work out?
Yeah, we will be live streaming. We will not be giving that link out until a few days before the event because we want people to be there live. And there will be a small fee to watch it online, a very small fee compared to what the people who are attending will be getting. But I'm telling you, you're going to miss out on all the prizes and the gifts that we're going to give away by not being there live.
And participating.
Yes, and all the activities. Getting to meet the speakers. We have a celebrity actor, comedian that's going to be there this year.
Y'all gonna laugh now.
I don't know. Courtney is going to be there this year. She's going to be one of our speakers, and we're really excited about having the relationship mechanic there.
Yeah, because see, like we say, is marriage work? Yes, it is. But we want to show it can be fun work.
Yes,
so
that's the
why
thing.
We have this experience. We want to show it can be fun. So when you're working on your marriage, you have fun doing it. I mean, we have fun all the time.
Right. And so I think Couple Fest is going to show that in the midst of an issue, you got a situation going on, and it could be pretty serious. But it doesn't mean that life stops. You still can go out on date night. You still can sit down and have an intimate conversation with each other. You still can hug. You still can kiss. You still can dance. You still can, have a couple of friends over or go out on a couple's date. You still have to connect in the midst of all of your trials and tribulations and the things that go on in life. We cannot let the romance and the fire and the spark fizzle out in the midst of everyday busyness and life.
Did y'all hear that smoking hot couple just said from Upper Marlboro? You can't let the flame go out. They up there melting that snow. That's what they do. They up there melting the snow. But the thing is, the thing is, yeah, but you really do. You have to, and it's good that you say it because a lot of times what will happen is life happens. Even though we are but 10 days into the new year, things have already happened that have thrown you off, that can actually throw you into a tailspin. And at the end of this year, you still be in the same place you were at the end of 2016 if you let life happen and you still don't connect with your mate and understand what's going on. So that's true. You still got to live, but you got to live where you all enjoy it and have that fun. Keep that fire going, like you all said.
That's right. James and I, we make sure we keep this spark going. We talk to couples, of course, all the time, and we encourage them to have a date night. Now, our date night is every Friday night. But you know what? You might can't do it every Friday night. Do it every other week. Do it once a month. But put it on your calendar.
Right, because Courtney, when you first get together, you spend every minute with that person unless you're at work or unless you're at home, and then you're on the phone with that person. But then when you get married, all the daily routine kicks in. Maybe the kids, maybe the bills, maybe work, maybe school. And all that romance seems to take a back seat. But when you have that date night, it brings the romance to the forefront. It makes you create memories. So when later down the line, you can say, oh, baby, remember we did this? That's what you want. You want to get that memory. And it brings back that spark that when you first got together. And that's what we try to do.
No, y'all got a flame going. Don't be talking about no sparks. Y'all over there burning up the place. But the idea is, to keep the romance going. And I want everybody to fill up the seats in Maryland. I know we got people
Yes.
listening from all over the place. I want y'all to fill up the seats and be live so y'all can experience what is going on and actually keep in touch with America's favorite couple. I know it's Marriage Built to Last. That is your Facebook. That is your Instagram for them to follow you all. And for the event, the Couples Fest, give us the link, Miss Cynthia, so everybody that is listening can click on and join us because we want a full house. And I said us because I'm going to be there having a party too, y'all. Woo!
That's right. I just want to make sure it's clear too. We when we stream live at Couples Fest, you can be anywhere in the world watching. Last year we had people in Australia, Africa, Spain, England. Those are the places I remember right off the top of my head. So you can watch us live anywhere in the world when we have Couples Fest. And in order to register, you just go to www.marriagebuilttolast.com/Couples Fest 17. That's Marriage Built to Last. That's the number 2. marriagebuilttolast.com/Couples Fest 17.
It's 2, y'all, for 2 people. 1, 2. Husband, wife, built to last for 2. And not nobody else extra up in there, so y'all got that. That's the number 2. So that is very important. And I am so happy you all came to join me here tonight. Yes!
I would like to give all listeners a free gift.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay?
Free gift, yes. We like free.
Okay, so all they have to do is text the word marriage
Y'all got that?
to 443
443.
7723.
Hold on, let me write that down so I got it right now. Tell me.
443
Mm-hmm.
201 7723.
Okay, that's 443-201-7723 and text the word marriage. Y'all got that? And I know everybody like free. So if you want
You always love something for free.
so get your behave yourself now, James. So y'all, that number is 443-201-7723. So text the word marriage so you all can get your free gift. And I will put it on the link when we share it again and tag everybody so that you can, if you missed the number, because I know it's people who got to see the number. So when we write it and actually put it on the Facebook page of 108 Praise Radio, they'll see that number and we can all know what get our free gift. And that lovely. And so saying that, the song, don't leave me, y'all, now. Don't hang up, because I got a song, and then we're going to close this out, because tonight I'm feeling prayer again, y'all. I feel a moment just to pray us out. But we're going to have Jennifer Hudson. We're going to fight for love. And I think that is a wonderful song to bring about, because a fight does not have to mean something bad, y'all. A fight means it's just I want it bad enough. It don't mean you got to pull out guns. It don't mean that you got to pull out gloves. It just means you got to pull out the spirit and say, this is something that's worth it to me. So means you go through whatever it takes to keep it. And I love this song from Jennifer Hudson. We're going to fight for love. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to pray out with America's favorite couple. And we are going to have a great time.